What I will do is while you are doing that, I'm going to look at, once I know that you are in the world,
Is
I'm
there
going to
no
spawn.
is there no gravity here?
No, there is gravity.
It always goes into the boots, and I don't know why. I'm using
I
Mac
hear
boots.
footsteps.
I
There he
don't
is.
see the planet, so maybe.
Oh, wow.
Give it a sec.
Yeah, maybe things have to.
Something is happening here. Yeah. Now,
Something has to
that works. When the game says there is no gravity, then there is no gravity, and now there is gravity. There's another player joining.
Yeah, that's my other computer.
Camera account.
Yeah, just in case.
Izzy's. I like Izzy's. I don't have a moving sun anymore, so Izzy's is in my game, but it's not really used anymore. And I will just snoop around.
Now, do you see me? I've been right next to you. Okay.
I saw you, but now I left and I'm snooping around already.
That's fine. You snoop all you want.
I will not ever find backward main storage. Ooh.
Oh, you're all the way downstairs.
Yes, processing colored things. Large hangar. I will go there later. And I don't know what doors I can open to not depressurize.
You should be able to open. Well, yeah. Any of the standard doors are fine.
Okay, but because it constantly shows me the depressure, that's a thing that I.
Now, if you want, yes, go ahead and search for the O2 generator, and you can grab some bottles if you'd like.
At least I need a bottle or two to not suffocate. That would be nice. I will just take two.
Yes.
Then I
have more than enough there. Those drones provided many.
You were the guy. I have interior turrets on the ship now because I thought maybe it's a good idea to have some. Chemex does it too, so why not?
Just in case.
I don't use these doors anymore, by the way. The standard doors, I kind of stopped using them because I sometimes just have problems going through them.
Yes.
Are the spiders on, by the way?
No, they are not. They've caused too many problems. They would here at this level here. There is no voxel material anywhere in this area, but yet they would spawn inside these blocks. So I think what it is the spiders still see what terrain used to be here, and that's where they spawn at.
Yeah, that could be the case.
And so I got a little frustrated with, this is supposed to be a safe area, and I have a spider jump out of the block here, and that's one of the reasons why I have the interior turrets was for them.
Yeah, I saw that in your video. That's the thing.
But I mean, if the spiders would just spawn, on the cliffside or in the ground or things like that, that would be fine. And I'd leave them on, but...
By the way, just to inform you, I started recording. Just so you're informed.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't have to.
I thought that you wanted to do your intro.
It depends on you. I don't do the intro. It's your game. You do the intro. The recording is for you, not for me. Building material to my people, and not any more podcasts. By the way, one thing that I heard and that I do in all my worlds, and I do that for a long years now, is I turn the idle movement of the turrets off because I heard that they are the idle movement is not so nice on the FPS.
Really?
Do you
know the dynamic movement?
The just.
I wonder if that's the cause of all the issues, the little hesitations in that. Then
It
maybe that's what
could
it
be. Try
is.
that out. How many turrets do you have? That's the question.
Let's see. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 or 7.
In the earlier game,
Let me
these things also
access
had
that.
lasers.
Oh,
These laser pointers that showed where they
yes,
are
I
aiming.
remember that.
And these things were the worst. So the people always turned the idle movement off. And I kind of
Interior.
do that now for ages.
Okay, so
Because
all
I
the
feel it,
interior
I
turrets
feel
are
it, I
now.
definitely feel it too, that there is something up with the world that kind of sometimes I have rubber banding. That could be the connection, but that also
That's
could be the
yeah,
world. And they reset.
yeah,
At one point, when you restart it, they reset and go into their normal position, so that
yeah.
they.
I don't know if you noticed one of my recent videos. I made mention that I wish when you shut them off that they would return to their initial state
Yeah.
instead of just staying pointing like that. But they're all set to not their idle movement is set off. So
Mhm.
we'll see if that helps with any kind of
I don't know.
hesitations or rubber banding.
For me it's that I have that now for ages, and I
Yeah.
use it any.
Well, another thing too is I learned from watching Epic Tech. He had somebody come in and they were prepping for a large group to join in his world,
Oh, that
and
is
and
um yeah.
it wasn't Cosmic Chimp;
No,
it
no,
was
no, no.
somebody else. I can't remember.
It's a modder. Now I
Yeah.
forgot his name. He worked on this laser system, the laser, these lasers that I have on my big ship, on the mothership.
Okay.
Um,
That's right. Okay.
and now I forgot his name. He's
Uh,
always trying to help when people have trouble with these things. So
Yeah.
he's the guy that suggested not to have 20, 30 refineries, and that upgrade modules are a bit of a problem. And
Yes. And then the six-way conveyor
the
blocks are also
six-way
they're
are
always
the
yeah.
worst when it comes to performance. I don't notice it. I have a lot of them. The big ship, the mothership, has a lot of them. But I always try, because he said that, I always try to go and say, okay, I will go and try to use the normal blocks whenever possible, or the normal tubes whenever possible.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have forgotten his name, and now I'm getting. I will take it. I will take a look just to give.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah, it's the
But yeah, and
right
that's
thing
it.
to do.
Oh, absolutely.
So
And I mean, I like the way that some structures look when they have just the conveyor tubes running all over the place. Would be nice if we could. I really wish we could combine grids without having to do the whole rotor trick, because that would be so nice. Be able to use the small
there is
small tubes for like oxygen, and then have the larger tubes for components and
there is ways to do that. There is mods that can do that.
yeah.
I'm in the mod list. I will tell you in a sec what mod I use to do that. But
I
I
know
don't.
Splitsy uses those pipes, and that's really cool. I mean, those pipes work just like regular conveyors, but they take up so little room,
Yeah, the pipes are
and they
nice.
look nice too.
Equinox. It was Equinox.
Equinox, okay,
That is the guy.
yeah,
He knows his stuff. The, all these people that know their thing in space engineers, and all these people that that have these knowledge of modding, and the computer guys, they have this. So we as builders, we go in and build stuff, and then someone that has the knowledge comes in and says, Ooh, ooh, what you've done there. Ooh, not good.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, better, better. Don't. But it looks so nice. Equinox had the same kind of thing. Into into the world of Epic, and then was in then
It's like, oh, yeah, yeah.
maybe don't have 30 refineries. That's but I need
And
them to
then,
process everything.
yeah.
If you want to have it lag free.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, I have three
Yeah.
in this facility. Is that it? Yeah, there's only three down here.
Mhm.
And they have modules on them, but I've never been big about having more than a couple refineries. I know, I understand you could have a refinery for each ore, but I mean the power demand, and then what Equinox was talking about with the lag.
Mm.
I'm glad that I've never gone that route before.
For me,
It's
it's
pretty impressive though.
yeah. The next thing that you always should do is have um, have your ships not fly around, have them stationary. That's also a thing.
Oh, okay.
The have them connected to stationary grids like asteroid stations or something like that. And I have
Yeah.
too many ships just flying
Well,
about.
I
So
think I don't know if it was
what I used is Diggy has Diggy again. We have Diggy
digging.
again. Diggy has
We're digging diggy.
yeah, Diggy Diggy has two mods, and the one I know is attachments. With attachments, you can connect large and small grids with a block. So
Oh, I think I've seen
I
those.
had them in some episodes of mine, and I'm not sure if they still work. So that's a bit a thing you might want to test before you start. Um,
Yeah.
it's not using a rotor. I'm sure it's the same trick, but it's not a rotor.
I
It's a
remember,
block.
wasn't it like it was almost like a half block with
Yeah.
like almost like an LCD grid on it that you could place the
No,
small blocks?
That's the electronic so and so pack. That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
different for some reason. This works for electronics, and attachment has looks like a six-way conveyor, but with one side in a different color where there are four small connectors, not connectors, small conveyor connectors, and one big one in the middle. A Digi.
Okay.
It's a Digi mod. It's just called attachments, large to small grid without limits. And I'm not
I
sure
will have to
if that works.
I'll definitely have to write
So the
that down.
last update is from. They're still talking in the. So it could be that there is that it still gets updated and it still might work. I'm not sure.
You know, I'm noticing.
I used that on one of my ships. I had a ship where I wanted to have a sniper cannon. The problem with the
Okay.
sniper cannon was that the sniper cannon is big. No, is a small block, and I wanted to have it on a big ship. And so I used this thing to attach the sniper cannon to my big ship.
Oh, excellent. That's definitely something I want to look into. I mean, I did the rotor trick to the Baroness out there, but I haven't messed around with any other mods that actually let me do that.
Mm.
Okay, so is there any place that you want to start? Want to go? You want to go to the main hangar, or are you just like relaxing a little bit there?
Sorry, I was still looking into.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No,
into.
continue to look.
No. Everything's fine.
I don't. I'm not. I don't see you're probably looking at your other screen or something.
No, I was in the Steam overlay and was in the workshop.
Okay.
So what I want to.
So this is home sweet home for
Yeah,
now.
that's the thing. I didn't see the whole base. So the base is one thing I didn't watch from the beginning. So I have to see the base in a bit more detail. That's one thing, and then we maybe can go outside and take a look around with the ships and all that stuff.
Okay, that sounds good. So you've already been upstairs. You've seen where the main spawning room
Yeah.
is, the what that is, and then also the control for the solar panels.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the oldest part of the base. This is the first part that I built when I came here.
Oh, one question. Did you also notice? Let us go back up for a second. Is that the way? No, that's the way down.
And I'm trying to get used to the jogging.
I don't jog.
I normally I walk and I don't sprint normally, but you'd like to use the fast walk.
Yeah, I use the here. I'm an absolute fan of using the fast walk. It's funny how the again people scream at me for sometimes not using the
Not
sprint.
using the sprint.
And
Well, it's only because your ship is so big.
they will have to deal with that. The thing is, in other games, like for example Fallout, or I'm playing The Witcher 3 at the moment. I'm trying to always walk and not run, because if you as a normal person would go through a normal world, why would you always jog? It's so crazy. Fallout for me is just like walking in the park and going out and doing a bit of a walk, and so I wouldn't jog everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I do. I play Arma 3 with my friend, and I'll walk where he's running all the time or trying to find a vehicle. It's you gotta take your time and be careful anyway, because you don't know when the AI are gonna start
I
shooting at
wanted
you.
to say, if you're not under fire, why jog everywhere? So, did you notice that you can only have one, or do you have multiple? I noticed at one point I used the Izzy's solar alignment script, and I couldn't use two LCDs with the information on it. It wouldn't let me
Oh,
pick the second one.
no, I didn't notice that. I haven't done that before. Maybe that's just because of the way the script is written.
It could be.
It would be nice if you could like maybe have a couple different solar rotors and change the name from solar rotor 1 to solar rotor 2. Oh, see? Oh, now that you could do that maybe. You'd have to have multiple programmable blocks, but if you change the text in the program itself, I think I went with the default name, but I think I've changed it before to where it would say solar rotors array or something like that.
I tried it on my planet, and I had to completely remove the other monitor. I wanted to have a second monitor, and I had to completely remove that to be able to have the monitor where I wanted to have it. I'm not sure. Maybe that's different now. I should maybe update all the all the scripts that I have at some point. Go through all the programmable blocks and say, hey, maybe we try a new version of it.
Maybe it's been updated.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. And this is my nice observation platform to look out.
It's
I don't know. I thought it would be a good idea to have double glass, being that there's the possibility of
Oh,
being shot at with the.
I was a bit confused because why
You
couldn't
couldn't get
I? Yeah,
close.
why couldn't I? Do you have a? No, you don't have a clean glass mod running. So
No.
I wanted to try to get closer to it, and then yeah, maybe it's because you have another. I'm like one of these flies. Doesn't work. Try again.
It's outside. I gotta go.
There's light. This must be outside. Doesn't.
Yes, exactly.
But
Okay.
now I notice why. Because I wanted to get a better round, and I couldn't. Yeah, having double glass is not the worst idea because you're getting shot at by drones. So
Yes.
that's maybe a
Not so
good
much
idea.
anymore since I put that smart turret mod in. That made a huge difference.
I have that too. I never installed that for the main series, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I will. I maybe
I mean,
should.
it's something that I once I started using it, I was surprised that I had overlooked it just because there was so much carnage out there, so many small blocks all over the place that
Hmm.
I'm surprised my computer didn't choke on how much it had to render. But just taking out the guns on the drones, and they would just sit here. They wouldn't. It's they didn't know what to do.
Mhm.
So there was fresh supplies for the nanobots to take.
That's a good idea to have that. Sometimes I get this rubber banding. I saw you
I'm actually
walk into the glass and go through the glass,
I'm
and then
actually
you.
getting a couple of pretty good sized hesitations for it, and I don't know.
It could be
It
that
must be
too.
just the internet connection.
We will analyze your game and your world, and then we will see if I could do the same as Equinox and say, oh, maybe that's. Oh no, you shouldn't.
There we go. Well, we've
Ooh.
already started. We did the idle movement for the turrets. We started with that.
I'm not sure if that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's even still a thing. That could just be voodoo magic, and everybody else says, no, that doesn't.
That doesn't
That's
make
not
an
a
impact
problem
anymore.
anymore. So I don't care what he says. But for me, it worked by now. And at one point,
Yeah.
again, but at one point, it was really a thing that you should do: turn down the idle movement, so the turrets don't they don't have lighting updates and all that thing. I don't think they make a problem there, but um, I'm not sure if the
Yeah.
movement of these things maybe makes problems there. But maybe we find
Yeah.
something else. You have a lot of timers going on. Maybe that's a thing,
Yes. That's
or
possible. I mean, they're only one of them is really functioning. The other three are just
okay.
there.
If they
Maybe if
don't
I
do anything, then
so
no, don't turn
we'll just
them.
shut them off.
No, and
They don't.
I'm not sure. Even I'm not
Ah.
even sure. You have also the rotating. Would that be?
Well, that's actually rotating per Izzy's solar alignment script.
But your sun rotates.
Yes.
Okay, then that's also, but I will not say anything because for me it's always a thing. I have the shadows pretty not high, but I have the shadows turned on, and then the rotating
Hmm.
sun also makes problems. But we can find everything in every world. So, ooh, see, that's a nice corridor.
Yeah, this was the first one I started messing with where I had the different shapes and things and
Mm.
the lights illuminating the sides.
Yeah, the lights. One thing I didn't know, and that I recently found out, is that these lights they basically shine through walls.
Yes.
If you bring them up to their full extent, then they and it's a keen thing. It's so typically keen. The lights just shine through walls. Um,
Yeah. I've been trying to use the the offset
Yeah,
a lot,
and that's the thing
and
that
that will
just
take care of
found
most of
out,
that.
that there is a thing where you can basically bring the light source, and with these things it's a bit different because the light source will
Yeah.
move in this direction or in the up and down direction. So you
Yes.
can they are not, this is not a diagonal thing where the thing goes diagonally away from it. No, it's left
No,
and right,
no.
up and down.
Yeah, the interior lights, it works really nice
Yeah.
because the light source drops away from it. But
Yes.
yeah, I'll have to. I've been doing it more often where I will place the lights, and this is on the corridor to the main hangar,
Mhm.
where I'll place these lights, and then I will adjust it to see where it adjusts out to, and then I'll adjust the orientation of the light so that I can
Yeah,
um,
fantastic what we have to
change
do.
change where it goes. Yeah.
This is just that they shine through walls. That's the first thing. They have this shadow thing. The shadows are a thing that really impact worlds. Again, I found out that shaders seem to be even worse, but
Hmm.
but shadows are a thing that impact world. And then having
Now, I can't
lights.
think. I think I have mine set to like the middle of the settings. I can't remember if it's high, medium, and low or something like that, but
Hmm, I'm
it's something to look into.
yeah, I recently turned them back on. Again, I wanted to minimize the noise my computer makes because of my graphics card. The graphics card runs really, really hot in Space Engineers, and um, the only game where I noticed that it goes close to what it does with Space Engineers is now Witcher 3 on max settings and everything on very, very high and all that stuff. Works amazing, but the graphic card makes a bit of a ruckus there. But if I play alone, that's okay. But if I record, I don't want to have the extra added background noise. My mic doesn't pick it up so much, but I'm a bit paranoid when it comes to that.
Yeah,
And
it'd be nice to have a little studio, wouldn't
yeah,
it?
I'm always telling my wife to be quiet and don't be so loud and all the problem. The thing is that my microphone usually doesn't pick it up. If she does something in the area, if it's not too loud, if she would drop a plate or something like that, then that might change that. But normally, if she
Yes.
cooks or so, there's no problem that my microphone would pick it up. But I'm always paranoid about that and say, my microphone might pick it up if you don't know, do something. And usually the microphone is pretty good in not doing that. But
Yeah.
the computer running under my desk makes a bit of a ruckus. And with, again, Witcher, I don't record that. That's okay. Then I don't really have a problem with that. In Space Engineers, it would be nice if it would be not so loud. But the difference between
Yeah.
Witcher and Space Engineers for me is I have Space Engineers in low to medium settings, and Witcher is on the absolute highest settings that I can get. And my graphics card is still running hotter in Witcher 3 than in Space Engineers. So we are at the point where we bash Space Engineers for its bad performance again.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that a container? Okay.
Oh,
And then you have a timer running that closes the doors?
yes. That's that one.
Ah,
That's that one
okay.
timer that closes the doors. That could be. You know what? Let me. Well, no, because I've
No,
gotten
no,
so
no,
used
no.
to using it, I might leave the airlocks open.
Everything's fine.
But and I had for a while I had refinery and a assembler up here coming off where
Mhm.
this air vent is at.
Yeah.
Back before I made my refinery or processing room down below.
Yeah. Are you using Tim or
Not
one
here.
of the inventory scripts? Okay.
Tim is still functioning, I believe, up at the asteroid, which I need
Hmm.
to. I need to venture back up there and maybe shut him off for right now, because I know Tim
Uh,
is constantly running
It
And
could be that something on the asteroid also makes problems.
that's very
So
possible.
the thing is that you might not make any problems with this space here, but that a base somewhere else gives you trouble for some reason. I don't know how space engineers handles that, but having too many crazy bases everywhere, even if it's loaded, no.
Yes, that could be a problem because I still have the base on Earth, on the Terran planet, with one ship which was powered down, but there's one ship there. Then I have the Mars base, which was quite a bit complex, and it was underground. And I had taken over a pirate base there. And then there is a small base on the Martian moon. And then there's this.
It sounds like there's a reason why
there's possibly, yeah. And I didn't want to delete them just because what if I end up in a situation like I did when when the Arcturus was destroyed? There was only one medical room that was still powered, and it just happened to be the one at the Terran planet. And that's where my series, this was season 2, started right off at that point. And it was weird how it worked out, and it was purely an accident that the Arcturus was destroyed. But I went with it. As much as I did not want to do that, I went with it and just continued to play through. And I'm actually happy I did that. And then I went and I just did recently. I sort of kind of cheated a little bit on the main hangar, and I felt bad about it. And so I went back and I fixed that. I did it all by hand in survival.
When we come to this, to the big hangar, you will have to explain something to me, because I saw your episode today, and we will have to talk about it. I'm curious. So
Okay.
you had this stuff up here. I try to always have an assembler somewhere where I can get to it and can, don't know, get some materials out of it, or can build some stuff to it relatively close to where I can spawn or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, my other computer crashed, so I'll just let it go.
That's okay to me.
Yeah,
so
that doesn't bother. It won't affect us.
Somewhere, or an oxygen generator.
Yeah, well, I have it all plumbed in, and as I built the base, it was relatively close. But as I make each compartment or each room, I just try to keep everything plumbed together to where I will have access to it, depending on if I have a cargo container or if I'm right next to the.
Okay. Do you have a color specific theme going on when it comes to doors? You have yellow doors, and you have the normal.
Well,
black,
I try to go
gray,
with
green.
anything that's in. It's actually a dark gray.
Yeah, it's a dark. It looks
pushing his face into the door.
Have to see the color.
See the color. But the yellow the yellow and orange I try to use in anything of the processing or the industrial kind of thing.
Okay.
And so try to be a little colorful. That's the very first nanobot build and repair that I put in.
Le nanobot build and repair. I like that. This is one of the, again, I found the nanite mod, and I was absolutely thrilled about that thing.
And it looks beautiful too. But
it looks amazing, but these things are the worst when it comes to performance.
Yes.
The nanobot build and repair does it too, and I have 30 or so of these things going on, and the nanobot build and repairs
30 of them? Are you exaggerating?
No, I think it's around that. And you feel it when this stuff goes into it. and it starts up, and then suddenly there's lag. Suddenly there's problems. You definitely notice it, and it was way worse with the nanites. Haven't played with them for a long time now, because the nanites have the far higher range. They work over, I don't know, 500 meters or something like that.
Oh,
And
yes.
the good thing with the nanobot build and repair system is that it works in this small area that you can even make smaller if you want. And
That is correct, yes.
you can set it up a bit better.
Which,
But
like
it's
I did
not.
for the pit, that's what I did there.
Yeah. And the thing with that if you upgrade them, they work really fast. But I think that also makes them worse when it comes to when it comes to performance.
Yes. I
I
mean, you have all those
felt
the little sprites or whatever it is that whatever the term is for the little glowing nanites going back and forth. I'm sure it takes some rendering power for that, just for the illumination and rendering of it.
I'm pretty sure. The thing that I know, I have set it up right now. I wouldn't be able to, for example, or not weld, grind down this block or this block. I don't know if you ever tried that, or the block above it. I tried that in my ship when I was working in the hangar. Under the floor of the hangar are nanobot built and repair systems, and I tried to grind down blocks above it, and it wouldn't let me.
It would repair it too fast.
Yeah, it would just, okay, no, you're not able to grind this down.
And this doorway goes back out into the front area again.
But the next, so this would be the exit onto the landing platform. And
Correct.
Nice.
And that's the very first place that I had to land ships on. I can't remember if we still had that problem where if you landed anything or locked it to the planet, that when you released it, it would start floating up into the air without thrust or anything. So I wanted to avoid that at all costs. So I made the landing pad, and so I'd had something to lock the prospector onto.
Landing it directly on the planet is the worst. That counts also for cars, or for anything with wheels. If you want to have it somewhere parked, then maybe leave it on a pad, because otherwise it tends to flip, explode, destroy itself.
Yeah. I did have a problem that I hope doesn't repeat, but the Baroness out there, after the test flight, when I brought it back, for some reason, I tried to land on the landing pads and it just started phasing through the landing pads. So I wonder if there's an issue with the landing gear being on the pistons that is causing that. But I finally got it to the point where I could set it down there.
Landing gears itself are bad. I have the feeling there seems to be up with them. On pistons, you're doubling the bad.
Doubling the bad.
What I do is I put wheels below them.
I've noticed that a lot of your vehicles do have wheels.
I saw that.
For like bumpers.
I saw that on I saw that on Epic's videos. He used them as bumpers, and I said maybe it's good to not use landing pads, but to use the wheels or the landing gears. Then the ships are unconnected. That's with smaller ships. I kind of risk that, but the wheels turned out pretty well for me. I never had problems with wheels below them. Landing gears sometimes make problems, so they lock, and then this thing will not start again. Will stay locked. Will phase into blocks and all this stuff, and I'm trying to stay away from that. But it's space engineers, so who knows what really happens there. The wheels turned out pretty well for me.
Yeah, I remember when the wheels were scary.
They are still scary. They are still. When you have
Right.
them on anything that drives around, they are still scary.
Oh yeah.
I want to see when your big mining machine. I'm not sure why this thing still exists because it when it comes to we can stay in here, but at one point I definitely see it
Oh,
because
absolutely. Everywhere you want to go with.
again
I mean,
this
I thought it was
thing this
funny when you
thing
first loaded in. You were running all over the place. It was
yeah it's I
you were
have
like
to see
you're like a
it
little
myself.
kid in a new apartment or something, just
Ooh,
checking everything.
let me go and snoop around everywhere. Because your mining machine, just from that, it has a lot of pistons, wheels, rotors, and it should have just disintegrated at one
It's
point, and I'm not sure why it still exists.
well, they did do that big update. So that was one thing I did notice that before the big update, in like you would see it and my other computer would see it. The pistons would be bouncing and it
Yeah,
would be rocking around. And now
yeah.
it is. I haven't seen it bouncing or anything. Not
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
any of
yeah.
my videos.
That's
So I don't know if you see it bouncing or.
no. When we come to it at one point, I definitely there will be jittering, but it will not be as bad anymore. Now
So
we go into the bowels of
the
the
bowels of
base
the base.
and
So
see. Oh yes, I was down here at one point. Medical annex.
it's just a smaller. It's
Uh,
that timer block always gets me too. It's a smaller
camping.
room. It's another thing, another place. That's where I have my other computer logged out in.
Okay.
But he's actually back. But um, see,
Timers.
I should just shut that off. So up front here,
So you have the also the you have also the descriptions match
yes,
with the door color. So
it's more.
here you
It's
didn't color the door, colored
yeah. I
the
wanted to. I don't know.
LCD
I just
signs.
figured I'd leave the doors in a kind of a light gray color,
Mhm.
and then I would just make the signs different color to stand out.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Sometimes I have a method to my madness, and other times I'm just mad. So now
Ah, okay. Ooh,
this
okay. This is another. It's
this will be fine to go in. It's
it's
actually the sealed hanger,
okay.
but don't get too close to the door. There's a sensor
Yeah.
there that will trip the door.
Uh, maybe this stuff here also makes
Oh,
problem. This
what the
thing is
heck?
unlocked and it's just hovering.
No, that wasn't that. I don't recall doing that. But let me lock this into place.
I always turn when it's locked. I always turn the stuff off, the thrusters and all these things.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't know
sure.
why it was like that.
Eh,
So that's
the
my.
cockpit seems to work now, or no? It was not this cockpit. It was a
No, it's actually
ball.
it is this cockpit. It's just that it depends on where you look at it. And since I don't have a crosshair,
Ow!
sorry, since I don't have a crosshair, it seems to be a little more difficult for me.
And everything what I wanted to say is that I had problems with something is hurting me here.
Oh,
The
oh, you have that problem. Yeah, that's it. I have that problem with the ships in the main hangar, and I don't know what it is.
I
It's
don't
almost as if
know.
it's outside,
Yeah.
and it has a little it has an area around it that has no oxygen.
Does the ship have an oxygen generator?
Yes, it does. No, wait a
Hmm.
second. No, it doesn't. Let me see.
Yeah, then maybe it doesn't have oxygen.
I get it. Come on, where is it? There it is. Um, this would be the quad.
But the thing is that it is connected
This
up
has
to
an
the base.
oxygen. This has an oxygen tank.
Then I don't know why it shouldn't it should do that. It could be that it is just a surrounding the block where it's not airtight, and then I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
No, I had a different cockpit that crashed for me, and a friend of mine showed me one of his builds, and I wanted to see it, and it, for some reason, the cockpit he had on it that crashed for me. It was one of these ball cockpits with a good surrounding, and I thought it would be this, but it's not this. It was. This is one of the Sage's mods, or is it?
Yes, it is Sage's mods.
Okay. More timers.
Yes, I was going to use those to create lights and stuff for the doors, and never got around to it. But they're there. They're just on. They're not functioning or anything.
Doors?
Yeah, doors. That would be the main doors.
Okay. I will stay away from that.
And we'll wait to look at the bulldozer. It's outside there, and we'll wait when we go outside.
Ah, I'm rubber banding. That's
yes,
bad.
I did have a little bit of rubber band myself.
That's weird.
Okay.
And maybe it's not rubber banding. Rubber banding is, I think, has something to do with connections.
Yes, I think it has trying to match up the server and the client.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. Okay, storage. Yeah, just storage blocks.
Yeah, nothing fantastic. I just try to make it look nice.
Everything's fine.
And then down below is the like the maintenance area.
Okay. Yeah, see that would one of the things where these
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is.
I'm down. I'm down.
I just wondered if you were.
So that would be one of the things where these small. Although you're storing components down
yes,
here,
there are some that won't go through the small conveyors.
Yeah, through the small pipes, yeah, and all that stuff.
But I mean, I could have a specific cargo container that is just for things that would go through the small conveyor tubes. The ores will go through them. Some of the components will.
I have this Splitsy is using one of these mods with pipes, and that is, I think, that is in the same package as all these billiard tables, pool tables, and the toilets and all that.
Oh, is that Eichester's
decorations or so? I'm not sure if that's the case, but that would be nice down here, because then you could go, for example, you could just step through here instead of having to go around all this, because these pipes let you go over or under them.
Yes. That they would be hugging the ceiling, or I do like those.
But I don't know if the pipes let through everything, if they also let through components. I
think they do, as I believe Splitsy has those piped up through his entire base.
Yeah, that could be. Then maybe they let components through. I didn't use them a whole lot, so it's so weird. I tried.
It was me. I was trying to open it for you.
Timers. I wanted to say timers.
that was K-Max totally there.
Yeah, two people trying to open one.
See, and now the door stays open.
That's like in good old comedic films. Stan and Ollie.
This is the noisy room. But this is also my I really put in some effort into making this look as functional and realistic as possible. We have these wonderful catwalks.
Yeah.
That you have multiple levels that you can go through and repair. From the front, from the back.
So you can get to
So I don't have to
to
use the
all the
jetpack.
upgrades and all that stuff. Yeah. Good idea.
And then you can also go down here to the ground floor. And
Nice. Do you have them connected on the bottom?
they're actually connected up on the top through the assemblers.
Ah, okay.
And that goes directly across
So it's
into
assembler
the
and processing. Nice.
yes.
Didn't see the assemblers.
And those connect directly into the cargo containers in the room that we were just at.
One thing you have to say is that Tim makes rooms like this not so noisy anymore, because it handles refineries and all that stuff, and just lets.
Oh, that's right. It just processes what it needs and then it stops.
Yeah.
That could, and that's another thing too. All of this stuff is running right now, and it could possibly be just shut off and could have a major improvement on the world. But then I couldn't call up stuff.
It's not only Tim doesn't shut it off. Tim doesn't use it anymore. So
no, I meant for me, I could probably shut all this off and have fewer hesitations. But I don't know if I don't have so many. I don't have so many that I think would really cause a whole lot. But
do you have any other bases that run a whole lot of refinery?
No.
At the same time.
No, they're all shut down.
I have 3 refineries running on base, 3 running on the big ship. So I think the refineries are not the culprit of your crazy stuff here. That's they might be not innocent when it comes to it, but the main thing, I don't think they are. So I wouldn't say that they. I don't know. I know that Izzy has also one of these inventory management systems.
Oh, that's the one that Splitsy is using. I think that's the one he's using, where it does basically the same thing that Tim does.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the interface it's a little different, and I can't remember exactly what the major difference between the two are. But I believe that's what Splitsy is using. He's not using Tim.
Yeah, I think he said something about inventory management system, and maybe it's better. I'm not sure. I never tested that. I'm running Tim for so long now that I never tested if the other one is better. So I'm not sure about it. I'm in the hallway to the start. I'm talking out of my mind. Give me a sec, please.